Hello! Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You guys have been asking for centuries now, for maybe the past year, how I edit my photos. Jami just did one showing how she edits her photos. She uses a few different apps that I don't use, so it's worth checking out for sure. It's right here, right here. And so now it is my time to shine. Here we go. I always do that. I go, is that like a Barack Obama thing? So I'm gonna show you guys how I edit my photos, and I use the same group of presets that I will be selling with Jami. They work for both iPhone and DSLR. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my phone, obviously. By the way, do you like my screensaver? Because I do. I'm trying to pick a good one, you know? I take a lot of photos. Lots of photos. You know, I'm still scrolling, just still. I have 50,000 photos. Anything yet? This one's kind of cute. Okay, we're doing this one. So I go to Lightroom, the mobile Lightroom app. Go to camera roll. So I go to presets. I have like 20 million presets. So green tint 2. Right now it's a little orange and red, so I'm gonna take down the reds. I'm gonna pull up the hue a little. And then I'm gonna take down the saturation. Maybe like, I play with the luminance a lot. I don't like how white my hair is, so I'm gonna up the saturation a little bit. And maybe I'll down the luminance, because if I go up, my hair literally turns white. So I'm gonna lower that. I think that looks good for now. I could up the blue even more to make the background brighter, because if you see, I mean, that looks cool too, obviously, but I like white. And then I'm gonna up the saturation a little bit, because it started out really low, just to make the sky a little more blue, because everybody likes blue skies. And then that a little more towards the center, just because you don't want it to look like turquoise. That looks too fake. Okay, so that's a basic edit. And then I go to clarity and I turn it down. Back in the day when Jami made this filter, clarity for bloggers was, I guess, more popular. So I lower that, and then I lower the sharpness a little bit, just because I'm about to go through a million other editing apps. I could up the exposure a little more too. Contrast, I don't know, let's go up a little, and then I'm gonna up the shadows to kind of compensate for the higher contrast. Hue, and then I always make it a 4x5 because that's what we'll be working with in the Instagram crop. I don't like my knees, so I'm just gonna crop my knees out. Yep. And I always try to get my enough headspace on top so that my face is in the center on my Instagram feed, before and after. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna save to camera roll. Okay, now I go into Visco. It's under my most recent images, and then, so I always do M5, but I never do all the way because that just looks ridiculous. So I'll go down. I do like bringing the temperature up a little, and then the tint down. Grain could be cool here. So a lot of times when there's a lot going on in a photo, I'll like to add a little bit of fade, even if it's just for my own mental sanity, because 0.3 is not that much. And then I go back to the colors and I keep playing with them. I feel like when I bring down the lightness in Visco, it's different than bringing it down in Lightroom. And I always pull it towards more orange instead of more green, just because I feel like that looks like somebody who's sick, personally, for my skin tone. I'm gonna up the reds now, and then pull it down towards a more pinky hue. Yeah, see, before and after is already making a difference. And I do like to add contrast. Maybe a little bit of shadows. Okay, so that's looking good. So I'm gonna save that to my camera roll. Now I'm gonna go into Facetune. Facetune is really great for smoothing out your skin if you have pimples or just makeup that wasn't blended right, like me. It's also really good to just bring out details, or, you know, show your highlighter more, or even like the details in the clothing, like make a sparkly dress even sparklier. You can make a sparkly dress even sparklier by just tapping on the dress to add that extra pop. All right, so I'm gonna open the photo. Time to detail and smooth. So I like to go through and just like lightly tap on my skin. I just lightly tap on it to make it smooth. I can't really see what I'm doing right now because I'm showing you guys. Like, ooh, my neck. No. My chin always looks like weird too. But I just kind of like tap on it. Let's see the before and after. My face, like I put on a lot of powder because I'm a super oily person. This is weird. So I'm just gonna tap myself until, ow, my foot's cramping again. Ow, I need water. Okay. Just gonna keep tapping myself until I look. That might have been too much because now like my smile lines are gone. So I'm gonna erase just like in that area. I don't want to get rid of my facial expression lines because that just looks weird if I do that. Like it looks fake. So now that we've tapped through and it made everything smoother, now I'm gonna go, and I always like to detail the clothes. So I just kind of, again, I tap through so that you can see the roses more. Like in the butterfly, love bringing out the detail in that. And then sometimes I like to do it to my collarbones too, to just like bring them out. So the before and after, it's super subtle, but you can kind of see what's happening. Facetune is the best. I've never used Facetune 2, but I've watched some videos on it. It looks cool, but I'm happy with Facetune 1. So after Facetune, I can take it into Mextures. I just like to test it out, you know, and just see what I can do with it. Sometimes it looks like too much editing's been done, but other times, especially when I have a darker background, I like to add some dust in Mextures just because it fades it out a little and it just makes it look more special. I don't know. So now we are in Mextures. Uncrop because I always go with 4x5. Then I go to Grains and Textures. If anything, I think I meant like Blizzard this time around. And then you can flip it so that if there's like a huge line of dust going across your face, you can rotate it so that it goes in a different direction. And then a lot of times when I do put the dust over it in Mextures, it kind of fades it out, so then I like to go to the adjustments and I will up the contrast a little bit. And then I will down the saturation because I'm looking orange, just by like -3. Yeah, that's cool. Just adds a little extra pizzazz. Then what you can also do is you can go into Lomograph, which is where I get the date stamp from. A lot of you guys asked that. So basically, scroll all the way over to date stamp, and it's right there in the corner. You can do a random date. Let's see what happens when I do random date. Okay, so custom date, I would want to do whatever day I'm gonna post it on. So let's say like May 31st. Cool, that's looking cute. I'm gonna save it in the best quality. Done with that photo. That one I think is good. With the dust, the date stamp, you don't also need to add anything else. So in the end, first we went to Lightroom, then to Visco, then to Facetune, then to Mextures, then to Lomograph, and then we called it a day. The editing process takes a long time. It's not just like, oh, I took this photo and this is how I look. No, 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 honey, that is not how I look. Yeah, that's it. I will do a blog post as well linking all of my favorite apps so that you guys can just easily access it and download all of them from the App Store. And we will definitely keep you posted on when our presets go live. Woo! Leave a comment down below if you have any more questions and I will be sure to get back to you. If you like this video, if you like me, if you like Jami, if you like Ariana Grande, if you like anything about this channel, subscribe. Just hit that button, hit it, boom. Okay, that's it. Love you guys.